right, more young women now, check this out, are choosing dogs over motherhood now.
Whoop, whoop.
It's fact.
Sorry.
I saw this headline, Davi, and I thought of you. And if there's any other woman over there that is, or any other woman out there that is choosing to be a dog mom rather than a human mom, you are not alone, because there is a trend in a certain demographic of women that are choosing this lifestyle.
Do you still get pressured from time to time from people like, when are you having kids? And you're like, maybe not for us. What's your business?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
The worst is when it's like at a party and I'll be like, we don't want them. And they'll be like, so what's your problem? Is it your job? So they just focus on me, and Blair will have to be like, hey, we don't want them. He has to include himself, because for some reason you tell people and they just automatically like it's the woman.
It's a responsible decision for a lot of people. I read stories every day. We get emails every day where I'm like, you really shouldn't have had kids.
All right, so there was a story in the New York Post, and the title was More Young Women Choosing Dogs Over Motherhood. And I was like, I'm going to read this. And it goes on to say, if you're wondering why playgrounds around the city are so quiet and dog runs are packed, a new report has an answer. More and more U.S. women are foregoing motherhood and getting their maternal kicks by owning small canines. Data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention show that a big drop in the number of babies born to women ages 15 to 29 corresponds with a huge increase in the number of tiny dogs owned by young U.S. women.
Tiny dogs.
Tiny dogs.
Those little dogs you carry around in purses and stuff like that.
Yes.
I've never had one of those, but, respect. It's an
Did we say that
accessory.
any dog under 8 pounds isn't qualified as a dog?
Ron Swanson says anything under 15 pounds is not a dog, it's a cat.
Okay. All right.
I'm all right with that. Yeah.
All right, so they interviewed Sarah Foster, who is 30. She said, I'd rather have a dog over a kid, and says her French bulldog, Maddie, brings her more joy than a child. She goes, it's just less work, and honestly, I have more time to go out. You don't have to get a babysitter. And the federal data behind the report shows that over the past 7 years, the number of live births per 1,000 women between ages 15 and 29 in America has plunged 9%. And that is significant. At the same time, research by the American Pet Products Association showed the number of small dogs under 25 pounds skyrocketed from 34.1 million to 40.8 million. They go, women are not only having fewer children, but are also getting married later. There are more single and unmarried women in their late 20s and early 30s, which also happens to be the demographic that buys the most small dogs. Asked if they thought the drop in baby births and the rise in puppy ownership was a coincidence, or if women these days were really making dogs their little bundles of joy. They said that there's definitely some replacement happening there. So if you are a woman with a small dog, or just a dog period, I think, and not having kids, you are not in the minority.
You can dress them. They have like pants, little sweaters. They got little booties now. Like you put little boots on them and they walk around with their little snow boots. It's like Uggs on a Chihuahua. Hilarious. I Googled dog wigs. They exist.
Yes.
Really?
I can get a dog wig in 2 days on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I still maintain that if you dress a dog up like that it's
They
just
don't
gonna
like
be,
it.
It's going to be a matter of time. No, they're going to pretend they do, but it's just a matter of time before you're sitting there watching TV with Blair and you're watching Euphoria, and that dog attaches itself to your neck, and you will know why, because he's been waiting in the weeds to
Okay.
attack you for that wig.
That's fine. I can deal with a Chihuahua on my neck. You know what I can't deal with is a teenager in therapy saying it's all my fault. I messed them up.
I agree, man.
With words.
Is there still like the guilt for some women that don't want to have kids? Like other women will guilt them like, this is natural. It's unnatural for you not to want to have kids. What's wrong with you?
I wouldn't say it's guilt, but there's a shame to it or something, and because of the judgment, like that's what you're supposed to do. But who's to say what you are or are not supposed to do? Like, it's your life. You're here for a limited time only, so spend it how you want.
Do you ever get that?
Yeah. Like in my experience, they have an air of oh, you're selfish then.
They shame you.
Like like in the following conversation and the things they say. Like I remember one of the last times this happened, I had just got the job promotion here like to full time. So everybody at the party's like Blair's wife got a job, blah, 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 blah. So we're all talking and people are congratulating me. And then this chick's like, so what's next? And I was like, what's next? Like, what do you mean? What does that mean? And
Right.
she was like, when are you guys having kids? Because I know I didn't have purpose until I had babies. And I was like, I guess I got no purpose then. I'm just yapping all day on the radio.
What's more selfish, not having kids or having kids and ignoring them?
Right?
Winner. Yeah. I think that's the route.
The Bert Show.